And we're back in Studio Jakarta EE, this time with Ivar and myself. So let's see. So what did we learn from the misunderstanding of Cloud Native Java session? This is what I learned. It depends. Have you learned anything, Ivar?
I think it has something to do with elephants.
Oh yeah, the zoo thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it seems that elephants are becoming smaller and smaller to fit into...
I mean, elephants are pretty small, nimble animals, so I think it fits very well with serverless.
Absolutely. Yeah. The containers and everything else, like that's a perfect analogy.
Yes, it is.
Okay, now that we're clear on that,
Yeah.
what do we want to talk about? I think maybe we want to focus a little bit on the what do you need in order to run
Exactly.
Java
So because Jakarta EE is all about Java, it runs on Java. And in order to run a Jakarta EE application, you would need a version or a binary or a JDK, if you like. So luckily we have that.
Yeah, like Eclipse Foundation is really lucky with the number of projects and working groups that we have around. And I think our colleague maybe can explain us a little bit more about the binaries that we have within Jakarta EE community and the new working group. What do you think?
Yeah, so let's hear what Carmen has to say about the Adoptium working group.
Okay, great.
Hello, Jakarta EE community. I'm Carmen Delgado, Adoptium Community Manager. Being here and introducing myself to your community is a pleasure for me. I want to thank Tanya, Tamnan, Ivar, and other Eclipse and Jakarta team members for their hard work in organizing this event and congratulate the community on the release of the Jakarta EE 10 early this year. I hope you're having a great time at this edition of JakartaOne live stream sessions, and thanks for staying around. I've been around Adoptium Eclipse for the last 2 months and consider that Adoptium community is solid regarding tech development and how they interact to continue delivering improvement. My main focus as a community manager is to connect Adoptium working group needs with Eclipse services and processes. The Eclipse Adoptium Working Group mission is to advance, promote, and support project structure around the Adoptium top-level projects for the creation and dissemination of runtime and associated technologies, including producing high-quality runtime for use across Java ecosystem. The Adoptium community was created in 2020 as a transition of the Adopt OpenJDK project into the Eclipse Foundation. It is a community of developers drawn from business, academy, and user groups, and backed by many of the biggest companies in the industry. Among those members, we have Privos, Alibaba Cloud, Microsoft, Huawei, Red Hat, Google, Azure, IBM, Bloomberg, and iJot. The OpenJDK project was established in 2017. Following years of discussion about the general need for an open and reproducible build and test system for OpenJDK source across multiple platforms. Since then, it has grown to become a leading provider of high-quality OpenJDK-based binaries used by enterprise in embedded system, desktop, traditional servers, modern cloud platform, and large mainframe. Adoptium is the continuation of the original OpenJDK mission. We want to be a reference for all Java developers and let them know that our systems are secure, durable, scalable, and well-performed. We also want to get to know those enterprise users to understand their needs and continue creating added value for them. And establish Adoptium as the industry top vendor neutral source of secure, high-quality, open-source Java runtime. And last but not least, work on growing our membership and involvement. Increase the developer and working group membership further to grow our inclusive, diverse, and robust community. And of course, if you have any further questions and want to know more about us, you can visit our website at adoptium.net. In there, you will also find our Slack and social media links. Thanks for your time. Enjoy.
And seems we're back. So thank you so much, Carmen, for the summary of what Adoptium is. So let me see, have I learned anything from Carmen? So here is what I learned. I learned that Adoptium is a working group, and it's taking care of the governance and the link between what community needs and versus what Eclipse Foundation policies are, and is enabling the technical people to do the technical part. Have you learned anything?
Yeah, and there is the Adoptium marketplace where you can download binaries, the Java development toolkits, the JDKs, that are available there from all the members, all the vendors there. So you have a one-stop shop for getting your JDK. And one of those JDKs is actually from Eclipse Foundation, and that one is called Eclipse Temurin. So what about that name, Tanya?
I was wondering actually, like Tamurin, what exactly is that? But then if you look a little bit closer into the letters, it is actually made out of the word runtime. So it is an anagram of runtime. Which is really a fun little twist and a very smart way to name the binaries.
Yeah, and it's fairly popular as well. I think there are like 300,000 downloads daily of Temurin, so it's definitely out there.
So you should definitely check it out and see what is it all about. So what is the significance of Temurin from your perspective, Ivar?
Yeah, well, Temurin, it's open source, but all of the JDKs that are available from Adoptium are open source. So I'd rather like to talk about what is special with the JDKs you get from Adoptium compared to others. And the key thing there is the Aquavit testing suite.
What?
Yes.
What is Aquavit testing suite?
Well, it's kind of a liquor from Norway, but it's also a test suite for that kind of, it checks that your distribution is ready for production. So it tests for extra test for security, for performance, resilience, endurance. So it basically checks and verifies that this particular binary or distribution of the OpenJDK is production ready.
Okay, so that is in addition to the regular TCK testing that is happening for the Java SE.
Exactly, yeah, and of course you can go to the Adoptium website, the marketplace, and get your downloads there. And it's a myriad of platforms. You can download the JDK to run from anything from a Raspberry Pi to a MacBook or a Linux or Windows or any platform out there. So you can get your particular runtime. And not only that, it's also available through an API. So all the popular package managers like SDKman or Homebrew or whatever you're using to get your favorite development tools from, Adoptium JDKs are available there as well.
Okay, so that explains, I believe, why it is so popular and so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so are there any other projects within Adoptium Working Group? My understanding is that there are.
Oh yes, there are lots of projects. I don't even know about all of them, but I think we've covered the most important ones.
Yeah.
And I think maybe we should also mention, since we're kind of running out of time of this studio, that we should mention that we have got a question whether the slides would be made available afterwards, and they will. We will put them out there, so you will get the videos, the slides, and everything.
Yes, absolutely. And don't forget that we're streaming on different platforms, so if Crowdcast is not your thing, I'm sure that Twitter or Facebook or YouTube is something that you use. So please check there or invite your friends to join us.
Yeah, and also participate in the polls. We see that people are answering the questions we put out there. We will also add to this polls, I guess, during the show. So just make sure to check back and answer the ones we haven't answered yet.
So I think it's now time to introduce our next talk, and considering that we kind of went over some of the Jakarta EE 10 features and some of the concepts of the cloud native. We covered even the binaries, and let's now build our application. And what is the best thing to do is to call Martin to talk to us about Maven.
Yeah.
So why don't we just jump on that talk, and then we'll chat later
Yeah,
again.
maybe even he will tell us when Maven 4 is coming.
Well, let's see. That's an interesting question.
Yeah.